Welcome back, US Virgin Islands International Chess, to the Olympiad coverage 2022 special in Chennai, India. And we have another game from our superstar of the performance so far, Mr. Connor Eickleman. And this is a game between himself and his opponent from Tanzania on board one. His opponent's name was Hamed Malawa, rated 1896, FIDE ELO. And this game ended in a draw. Connor had the white pieces in this game, guys, and this was a 30-move game, round 7. And Connor so far has been performing at an ELO performance rating by FIDE calculations at 2100. Okay, so after this tournament, if he keeps playing the way that he does, they will give him that rating, and he may be eligible for a Masters title. Let's continue. And the reason for that, guys, is because the Olympiad is one of, if not the most prestigious event in world chess. So that is the reason why he would get such an honor. Big honors for Connor. Knight 2, F3, and D5. So we're going for the King's Indian attack. Previously, there's a game, guys, in this playlist that I went over a couple days ago. Shows the King's Indian attack, and Connor was able to win that game via checkmate with a knight and a bishop, and it was a beautiful game. I have that covered in the playlist, guys. I suggest you scroll down and watch that game too, as well, as my games tend to be pretty entertaining. They get a little wild, and they're fun, and I really enjoy doing them, so please feel free to look at those. Let's continue with this game now. King's Indian attack from Connor. G3, bishop knight F6, bishop G2, E6, short castles, bishop E7, D3, and this is all standard stuff, symmetrical position, minus the fianchetto bishop for Team White. B6, exciting chess, knight from B to D2. Let's continue with bishop to G7 on that long-range piece, long-range diagonal. So Black's going for one of the best setups. B3, ready to fianchetto on the long B2 and G7 diagonal. So this looks good. C5, pretty normal stuff. Short castles, rook to E1, knight to C6, played from Connor's opponent, and E4. Okay, guys, so 10 moves have been played so far. Guys, if you have black pieces in this position and you're Connor's opponent, what do you play? Find the best move for black in the position. After I give everyone a couple of seconds, pause the video, give yourself a little bit of time, and you're playing Connor in the Olympiad with the black pieces, and try to find the spot in the video now, press pause, and find the best move for black. Well, if you guys just found D captures is correct, pushing the pawn or captures is correct, and in this game, Connor's opponent played the captures move, opening the center now, and with knight captures on E4. Yes, there is an exchange here on the E4 square with the knights, and capturing with the D pawn, although capturing with the rook is also considered to be a good idea. Although, maybe I don't like the fact that that opens up an attack on the rook. Rook to E1 is played, and maybe white is still doing fine according to engine results. Let's continue with what happened in the game again, guys. D takes on E4, a little virtual analysis. Thanks, guys, for participating and learning a little bit. Knight captures on E4, D captures on E4, queen to C7, and queen to E2. Okay, so in this position, I like Connor. I like the long-range piece. The B2 bishop is eyeing the G7 pawn. Although white king seems to be in good protection, the white pieces are getting coordinated a little better as time goes on, and black still has to coordinate his pieces here. He's got 3 pieces on the 7th rank, a knight on C6, and although he may have somewhat of a positional, beginning of something, it may not be the best. Okay, white may just be a little better. So we see as a continuation from Connor's opponent, rook from A to D8. Connor played rook from A to D1. Now here comes knight to B4, like we talked about earlier in the previous line. C3 now attacking the B4 knight, and bishop to A6. Bishop to A6 is a nice conventional move, nice in between move there. Well, you can't capture here obviously because bishop now captures on E2. So anyway, the line went like this now. C4 played by Connor, now blocking, right? The attack from the A6 bishop. These are now good attacking pieces. Black is starting to look better and starting to improve in this middle game, going towards the middle game. Bishop to b7 now, going back, wanting to stay on the long diagonal to g2. a3 played by Connor, and now forcing knight to c6. Knight to c6, obviously not knight to a6, because then now I got to go back in the future someday if this line gets played. I guess anything could happen here. Anyways, knight to c6 was played. That was what was best. And now e5 played by Connor, best move. And rook captures on d1, rook captures on d1, rook to d8. It's best to capture the d8 rook immediately here in this position, guys. So after these double rooks in this position, this looks like a pretty well-known common position with white. In a King's Indian attack, majority, Torre attack, stuff like that. Yeah, during these kinds of attacks, we see these types of turn-ups over the board in these kinds of position, guys. In this time, rook to d8, rook to d8 check was played, and Connor knew that this was probably going to be okay for him. He has a strong e-pawn in the center of the board, although it is temporarily under attack by the knight on c6. He still has good coverage with the queen on e2 and his f3 horse, so he's okay. Connor now being bold and probably an experienced player at this point. I think he knows maybe this is at best his attempt at doing something to gain some sort of an advantage. Okay, well, knight to a5. Knight to a5 is fine, and I can still capture on queen with d8 to check, because now after bishop d8, we can still play knight to d2, and there's cover to the attack that black was looking forward to on the b3 square after, we see the exchange of queens. So that is an option there for Connor. He can always go to d2 and defend b3. So anyways, this is exactly what we saw in the game now, and enthusiastically, yes, his opponent captured on g2 and said, I don't think there's much here for us. f6. Connor ignoring the f6, saying, well, I really don't have to take here because bishop takes, and I don't really want to go into this anyway. That's not what Connor wanted in this position. King g2, f6, bishop c3, and knight to c6 now. Double attack on e5, but that's okay, guys. Find the star move in the position without looking at the notes. Find the star move in this position for Connor. Be a chess player at the Olympiad. Now let's play on his side. Yes, guys, f4. This is very nice. This ensures a draw. Bishop to e7, knight to e4, and f5 now attacking the horse. Knight goes back to f2, h5, knight to d3, a5, king to f3, king to f7, and in this position, guys, both players agreed to a draw, and that was the end of the match. 30 moves even, and I would say both sides played a very convincing novel-type game with the King's Indian attack, and I applaud both players in this game, both from Team ISV and Team Tanzania. Congratulations, guys, on having a nice, clean, fought battle with not too many severe wounds or injuries. Well done, guys. Take care of yourselves, and much more to come on the other side. We got a next video here looking to cover Michael's win in the next video. Stick around. Watch the rest of the videos in this playlist. Guys, subscribe if you are a member of our ISV community, or otherwise, let us know how you're doing, how you're feeling, how the videos are going, if you guys like it, and make sure to keep watching. And again, look at all the videos on the playlist. They're all entertaining, fun to watch, guys. Colin Heim, I'm out of here. US Virgin Islands. And take care. See everyone on the other side, and bye-bye for now.